We'd like to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land on which this project is created, the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation. We would also like to pay our respects to the elders, past, present, and emerging.
Settle down and gather round for another tale. In the world of Nua, where time has carved and cultivated a magical utopia of wonder, a small group of adventurers unlock the deep mysteries of the land, its people, and themselves. Welcome to the Down Under Dungeon podcast.
I spoke with him again. My father. This time I could feel it deeper, like it was woven into my bones. It's hard to describe, really, the way his words pulled at something I didn't even know was there. He told me more about my mother, Lysandra. He said he couldn't resist her. He himself is a shadow sorcerer, not just some run-of-the-mill spellslinger, but a mage, shunned for his power. I gather he is very powerful, at least before the Shadowfell took him. He says this is the reason he could not divine my presence. Not until I began my journey with the Wellspringers, he felt my presence, my anger, my anguish, my confusion. A beacon in the darkness, one he couldn't ignore. All these years I've been fighting to be seen, to be heard, and the one person who should have been there didn't even know I existed? But he couldn't have known. That's the part that twists me up. He wasn't absent by choice, he was imprisoned there. And so now I am left wondering if I'm the selfish one. That I have been so wound up in identity and family, I fail to see the world around me, what it is, what it could be. On board the Halligast, using the stars and heavenly bodies to guide our way, Charity mused that, like the gods of sky, the twin moons were gods of their own planes until the calamity, arriving on our plane at the same time as the gods of Nua. Such theories make my own personal grief seem so small. My father needs me, and the way he said it, it wasn't commanding or demanding, it was desperate. Desperate enough to convince me to travel to the unknown, to drag my friends with me to the most unknown corner of the realm, but I hold close my father's words. Don't let fear rule you, and I won't, ever again. All I ever desired was to be wanted, but that fear is holding me back. I will rescue my father because I want to, because I will it so. No witch, sister, or even Wellspringer will divert me from the path I have chosen for once. I have to go find him.
I got yelled at for wearing a Freddie Mercury singlet at the piano bar gig I did on the weekend.
Yeah, that's such an out-of-place clothing item.
What I said, it was also like 30 degrees, and they were like, it's really unprofessional. I'm like, okay, I think you might just not like that I'm a bit fat. But fucking... Okay, I wasn't fishing for that. It's more just about my sick call-out of this dickhead.
Yeah. The person who said it than at you.
Yeah, Oscar, you definitely came on the upper hand by sharing that story. Well, gang, last week we started out on our voyage of the Halligast. You spent 2 weeks aboard attempting to get your air legs, airship legs, sea legs, who knows. And while you ironed out a few things here and there, you are still new to this, and you were surprised by a patrolling Aether Corps platoon that has set one of their ships upon you. As the Aether Corps clipper descends, you see a tall figure upon the prow, which is the front, of the ship, flanked by 2 cannons. The figure's robes are billowing in the wind, and even above the cacophony aboard as you scramble to your posts, you start to hear chanting on the breeze.
Oh.
The 2 ships careen aside and level out, the Halligast 400 feet from its pursuers, and the storm looming before you, crackles of lightning and booming thunder, rumbling from within like a great, ineffable beast. For our audience at home, this is going to be ship combat, which is a little bit different. Rather than rounds lasting 6 seconds, ship combat rounds last 1 minute, as the ships need time to actually carry out their cannon fire, move, etc., etc. If a player is not taking part in a ship roll, they may take their action as normal. Navigating the ship, dodging crewmates, and steadying yourself means it takes longer than 6 seconds to cast a spell successfully. Spells that take a minute to cast can be cast normally. To streamline combat, per minute a ship can move, fire, and reload its cannons once. You've all rolled your individual initiatives, which is important on the ship, but I'm now going to roll the initiatives of the ships themselves.
Oh.
Unfortunately, the Aether Corps gets a higher dexterity. So you are 400 feet in front of the pursuer, and you see, with the man chanting at the front of the ship, you see the 2 cannons on either side are fired at the Haligast.
Oh no!
Oh, and we can't even do
I need Holly to make because it's a surprise round, Holly can't make any maneuvering check against this. You see, with a 17 and a 20, the Aether Corps ship strikes yours with 2 cannonballs, one wrenching into the back of the hull and the other glancing off the mast, first dealing 46, then 33 points of damage.
Oh my lord.
This ship is much bigger and much stronger than yours. As part of the ship's special action, you see the man at the front continues to chant and the storm gets stronger and stronger in front of you. That is now the Haligast's turn. As the boatswain Feng, you're giving Holly the help action, so roll 2 d20s and add 3 to the highest.
Sure. That's a dirty 20.
A dirty 20. You see as she begins to careen the Haligast out of the path of the cannons, the Haligast gets a temporary AC buff of +5.
Ooh, nice.
Louis, it's your turn.
Are we at the point where we need a repair check?
You've done a lot of damage.
Yep. Louis is going to take the cell repair kit that she was given and is going to make her way up to probably the aft sails at the back of the ship where we would have been struck, and is going to just start sewing and weaving and trying to repair the sail back together to get us moving.
Go for it, make your check. Mm-hmm. It is a DC 13.
Perfect. And I just add my proficiency?
Yes.
Perfect. 14 plus 3 for 16. 17. Dyscalculia, leave me alone.
Okay, with a 17, you are able to patch the ship. You restore 2 hit points plus your proficiency bonus, so a total of 5 hit points back to the ship. Lysandra, the way Holly has maneuvered the ship, one of the cannons, your side, is exposed, not Denis' side.
Oh.
So if you want to take the shot, you can.
Do it.
Yeah, Lysandra's gonna take the shot.
You see one of the swashbuckler rogues start pouring in powder into this cannon in front of Lysandra. You light the fuse.
That's a 10.
And you see it just shoots wildly out into the air.
You proud of me, Chef?
No.
I'm gonna try harder.
Then I'll try harder to be proud of you.
Denny, unfortunately, you are on the wrong side to shoot this round.
Okay, if I can't shoot at anything, I would love to cast Mending on some sails or some broken bit of hull or something.
Wonderful, give me 2d6.
Absolutely. 2d6, you beauty.
Powerful cantrip.
That's 9.
For mending on the ship, this is how the spell will work, because it's over a minute, it's a cantrip. So 9 points of healing or repair done to the Haligast. Mm-hmm. Is back to your pursuers. You see the chanting and the man gets louder and louder as the ship gets closer and closer, and the storm in front of you gets wilder and wilder. It appears the Aether Corps is trying to trap you between them and the storm.
How close are they now?
They are within 200 feet.
Okay.
With a +5 to your AC, you see 2 cannonballs completely miss the Haligast.
Yes.
Yep.
As Feng and Holly are able to maneuver it back out of the way. So they miss their attacks. Their special action is still working. It is now the Halligast's turn. Feng and Louis.
I'm gonna potentially not give Holly the help action this round, and what I would instead maybe like to try is holding my action until after either of our cannons have fired, whichever side is facing the enemy, and as soon as our side has fired their cannons, I want to cast a 3rd level wind wall in between us and the enemy ship, and that will hopefully deflect their cannons. So I'll read it to you. The wall is 50 feet long, 15 foot high, and 1 foot thick. You can shape the wall in any way you choose. When the wall appears, each creature within its area must make a strength saving throw. Obviously not relevant now, but if they drive through it, they will take damage. The strong wind keeps fog, smoke, and other gases at bay. Small or smaller flying creatures or objects can't pass through it. Loose, lightweight materials brought into it fly upward. Arrows, bolts, and other projectiles launched at it are deflected upward and automatically miss. Some giant boulders can make its way through. So that's up to you.
I will allow this to give them disadvantage on their cannon fire.
Sick, but I want to make sure that our cannons can go through, and then I want to raise it.
Wonderful.
Louis is looking down at Denis, sees him starting to cast mending and fix it in the way that she is doing further up the ship, and is going to yell, "All right, good job, teamwork," and is going to give him a bardic inspiration as her bonus action. And then is going to just keep patching and is going to keep trying to fix the rips in these sails.
Make a repair check.
Okay, that is a 13.
13's not going to do it.
Oof.
As you slip in giving your bardic inspiration to Denis. Lysandra and Denis, you are up next. Denis, you are on the right side now to take a shot as Holly has made that maneuver to avoid the cannonballs.
Can Lysandra make a religion check on this guy to see if what he's chanting has anything to do with the gods of sky?
Please do with advantage.
Yeah. Amazing. That is going to be a 21.
Hey.
Lysandra, you know that sometimes the clerics of the Priory's Sky are hired or used in favours by the Aether Corps in order to help them with their travels through the air. And it appears that they have sourced themselves a Tempest Cleric of Kastar.
What so?
Your old god.
Oh.
Denis, light him up.
Oh, excellent. I think secretly Denis has been hearing about gunpowder and cannons and explosions for a while and has just been itching for something to come that he can try and shoot at. He's going to command his little homunculus, which we have creatively named Pud, to assist him as his powder monkey, stuffing the cannons filled with black powder. And yeah, Denis is going to roll to attack this other ship.
So you have a +6 as the master gunner.
+6. And do any of the crew help us?
yet.
Not yet. Okay.
You do also have bardic.
I do also have bardic. Dirty 20.
That is their AC.
I was a second away from
They
this.
are, sorry, just to clarify, they are also making piloting checks.
No, of
Yes.
course.
Excellent. So is that 4d10?
Correct.
Yes, sir.
Not bad, not bad.
Not bad, not... Holy shit. 33 points of damage.
Very nice. You see this cannonball rips into the front of your pursuing ship. The cleric almost stumbles for a bit, like, before returning to their ritual. Well done, Denis. The first strike of the Halligast.
Good job, chef.
Thank you.
And then as soon as Denis' bullet strikes the enemy ship, can Feng slam, as he's almost trying to channel the opposite kind of weather magic than this Tempest Cleric, can he almost try to command the winds himself and create like a pressure system in the middle between these two ships and form a hot wind wall between them so that their cannons can't hopefully penetrate it.
You see Charity is gawking in wonder. the ability for you to manipulate air, Feng. And yes, your spell works. It is now their turn, and I will say with that, I will give them disadvantage.
It only lasts a minute, so it'll only be for one round, but...
I will roll these attacks again. Rolling my lucky dice for the audience at home. That is a 1 and a 4.
The curse is broken.
You see Feng, in this moment, like, you start to sweat under your collars as the sus gets sticky and humid, and Feng turns the temperature up, and it's almost as if the air has messed with the flight paths of these cannonballs and they careen off in different directions. Well done, Feng. You just saved the Haligas from 56 points of damage.
Oh,
Not bad.
not bad.
That is back to the Haligast's turn. Feng and Louis, what are we doing up first?
How far away is the ship now?
It is still 200 feet away.
Feng this round will give the help action to Holly, and he'll turn to her and he'll say, I'm helping as best as I can. Am I doing better than I was before?
Just take the wheel! And I need you to roll the 2 d20s.
15 on the higher one.
That's an 18. That gives you a +3 to your AC for this round.
Nice.
Louis.
Louis is going to tie off the knot that she was doing on this sail to hold it together, is going to climb down the mast, run over to Lysandra to give her the help action for the next round, and is also going to use her bonus action to give Lysandra a bardic inspiration as she just runs up and is like, let's go, let's go, let's go!
Beautiful, thank you.
Lysandra, you're up.
Am I on the right side of the ship too?
You now are on the right side of the ship. Holly is essentially doing a serpentine, is the only maneuver she knows.
But she's a fucking snake.
Beautiful. Well, given that Lysandra is going to shoot using the bardic, that's a 15.
That is not going to do
No.
it.
Damn it.
You see the ship is coming closer and closer.
Did you use that bardic on an attack roll?
I did, yes.
Okay. It's the take thunder damage equal to the number rolled on the bardic inspiration.
So
Which is,
So
well,
fine.
might be 10,
Okay,
so it won't
no,
do it.
that's all good, no problems.
I mean, it's close. It was an 8.
Oh, god damn, you
It rolled
rolled max
higher
on the bardic!
than both of my d20s.
That's fine.
Denny.
Excellent. Can I try something?
Of course, my friend.
Your favourite hobgoblin feature of all, the Fey gift, the one that we haven't tried yet is Passage, which gives an extra 10 feet of movement to another creature. Could that at all apply to Holly's ability to move this boat further along?
I would say absolutely not.
So fair.
At least you tried.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like Tinkerbell dust.
Yeah, just with Pud just shaking it over Holly. Okay, I think that it's not on the right side to fire. So Denis is going to. I forgot to mention what it was called last time, but he's going to whip out his edible adhesive, which is his mending spell.
Royal icing, essentially.
Yeah, exactly. And is going to try and repair the ship a little bit more.
Go for it.
Excellent. 2d6.
2d6.
Another 8 points.
Not
healed.
bad.
Well done.
Are my mantelopes hiding below deck? Can I make sure they are?
I would assume you had got them below deck.
Thank you.
Not trying to kill your pets, Daniel.
Good.
Not yet.
That is back to the other ship. Your AC is now 15. You see the ship begins leveling closer to you, and you are on the outside of a storm at this point. It seems you must either stand or fight, or try and flee through the storm. It fires its forward cannons and hits you twice for 65 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ouch.
Total.
What are we sitting on?
378.
Okay.
You see Q is like blasting over the AP system, being like, critical damage on this, more critical damage.
Yes, thank you, Q, we know.
The ship is now within 100 feet of you, and you see at the front huge grappling hooks. It is now the Haligast's turn. Feng, Louis, you are up.
So you said that the ship is within 100 feet.
Yes.
Would I technically be able to cast a spell that appears on ground onto the base of their ship?
At the front of the ship, perhaps.
I'll tell you what I'm hoping to try.
Good.
I want to cast Spike Growth on the base of their ship and create a 20-foot spike right through their sail.
Do you want to target the sail, or do you want to target the Storm Cleric.
Well, you mentioned the Storm Cleric, so now my
I'm going to be targeting the storm.
Well, okay.
Whatever you want to do.
my move is going to change then. So I'm going to fight Storm with Storm, and I'm going to try and use the residual energy of the wind wall and the storm behind me, and I'm going to take a even bigger deep breath in and call up to Charity and say, if you like the last one, and I think you're going to like this, and I'm going to try and cast Call Lightning down onto their ship, specifically that Tempest Cleric. The ship has to make a dexterity saving throw, DC 15.
17 on the dice. But that is the ship taking this lightning damage. I need you to roll me a luck check now to see if you hit the cleric.
Nat 1.
Oh,
Very lucky.
Roll up your damage.
With Call Lightning, I'm creating a 60-foot cloud above the ship, the enemy ship, and I can call it down onto a 10 feet point. If there is a lightning storm around, this damage is increased by 1d10. I know the storm is behind me, but can I try and fuel that energy?
That is such a niche ruling. Of course I'm going to let you do it.
Thank you. That will be 4d10. 22 points of lightning damage, halved to 11.
Ow.
Nice.
And I'm concentrating on this, and it lasts for 10 minutes.
Yeah, you see some of the Aether Corps guard starts to flee as Feng calls down lightning. It's almost as if he's drawing the energy of the actual storm itself out back onto the Aether Corps ship.
Yes.
It has distracted them momentarily, but these are not a motley pirate crew. This is a battle-hardened, trained militia.
Yeah, I don't care. Feng has only travelled with pirates, so that's what he's channeling.
Louis.
as the enemy ship is now within 100 feet, I would like to try to cast Hypnotic Pattern in front of the Storm Cleric to distract him from the spell that he is casting.
Nice.
Nice.
Is it like an area of effect?
You create a twisting pattern of colours that weaves through the air inside a 30-foot cube within range. The pattern appears for a moment and vanishes. Each creature in the area who sees the pattern must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature becomes charmed for the duration. While charmed by the spell, the creature is incapacitated and has a speed of 0.
Nice.
What's your spell save DC?
A 15.
You got a 13.
No.
You all see the cleric at the front of the ship just kind of has a look of puzzlement cross over him, and he tries to wipe something out of his eyes, stumbles, and falls off the front of the ship.
As Louis casts the spell out, she is channeling the inspiration of Quig, who has just showed back up in their lives, and it's mimicking his illusion magic as she casts out that hypnotic pattern to the cleric.
Wonderful. That is the 2 gunners now.
What side is the correct side this time?
It will be Denis' side.
Denis' side? Perfect. Well, he's fallen off the ship now. Fuck it, while he's falling through the air, Lysandra's gonna try and shoot 2 blasts of... blast at him!
Go for it.
One of those is a 16, and the other one is a 22.
The 22 will hit.
Beautiful.
You just see this poor guy screaming, just gets absolutely blasted again in some
The
spiteful...
storm hasn't gone yet!
He's already dead.
That's so funny. Okay. At the end of the ship round... Sorry, I know you're rolling damage, but he's falling to his death. So.
No, I realised what I was doing. I was like, wait, I don't need to do this. So this is more just a thing to, like, knock him out so he doesn't feel the impact.
Oh my gosh.
Alright, Denny's gonna call out to Pud, reload! And Pud's gonna say back, Alright, let's roll the hit. That's a 12.
Ouch.
Not gonna do it, sorry. Even with the +6?
Yeah, +6 is a 12.
Oy. No, not gonna do it.
Yeah, rats.
At the end of the round, you see...
Actually, can I add my bardic to that?
Yes.
12 plus 2. No.
At the end of the round, you see the Clipper ship sends up a flare.
Oh, God.
Oh,
And 2 flares from the other ships respond. That is their turn again. They're going to... Sorry, that was just their special action, because they no longer have the cleric there. And so now they're going to fire. They're going to hit twice for 41 points of bludgeoning damage. And you see the other ships also begin their descent to pursue you. While the storm has not died down, it has not got any worse. That is back to the Halligast. What do you do?
Well, it seems like we've got no other choice but to run in this circumstance. So Feng's going to turn to Holly and say, I think we need to get out of here. Is there anything that you could do to just try and, drive through that storm? If I, cast some wind, would that get rid of it?
I mean, you've already done it before, so you can handle a storm, right, Feng?
I can try.
Great. And you see Holly takes a sharp turn, spins the wheel. Everyone make a dexterity saving throw as she spins the ship into the storm.
Feng got a 21.
Louis got a 22.
Denis got a 9.
Lysandra got a 12.
I hate to pick up my poor dice for my babies. You guys take 19 points of bludgeoning damage each as you are thrown into the sides of the ship. Some of the rogues get caught in the rigging and start screaming, and you plunge into the tempest. You start to hear again the horns of the Aether Corps behind you screaming at you as you disappear into the tempest. I need... Feng, you are the boatswain. I need you to roll me a d6 to determine how big this storm is and how many hours it will take you to traverse it.
That's a 1.
So this will take you a total of 3 hours.
No, I said 1.
It's a d6 plus 2.
I'm joking.
The peril is not over. A storm can be just as damaging as cannon fire, and crew members, guess what, are susceptible to falling overboard. How you make ready the ship will improve the DC difficulty on checks made. It will take you 3 hours to move through this storm. You will need to make 3 encounter checks to do so. How are you preparing to make ready the ship as Holly starts to plunge into the Maelstrom?
I think Denis is going to summon his mage hand and get Pud ready to just try and help anyone who falls overboard.
Wonderful.
Louis is going to use her performance creation to create a massive net that's going to try to scoop people up as they fall off, as she's tying it onto the railings to try to catch people.
Would I be able to, is the wind too much for Promi, for him to be close to the edge and teleport people onto the middle before they fall off?
Promi looks like a Shih Tzu in a tornado, just like his fire is just being blown back, his feathers look like a mess.
You got this, Promi, I believe in you.
He just gives you death stares.
I love you too.
Lysandra is going to use her mighty strength and help tie down some ropes.
Nice.
Wonderful. I now need someone to roll the first encounter check of this storm. Louis, why don't you roll it for us?
Sure thing. What am I
You're
rolling?
lucky. Just a d6.
Okay.
Just a little d6.
Just a little d6. Am I allowed to use my luck feat on this if it goes wrong?
No, this
Damn
is just
it.
an encounter, unfortunately.
I was trying. That is a 1.
No one specified that they moved below deck, so you are all on the upper deck for these purposes.
My 2 mantelopes are below deck.
Okay. We did establish that.
What are you about to do?
I need everyone on the upper deck to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Do we get advantage because of all the preparations we did?
It is a lower DC. That's
Okay.
what I said.
Alright.
8 for Feng.
10 for Lysandra.
Denis got a 17.
Louis got an 18.
Denis and Louis, you are able to take half damage from this.
Beautiful.
Like the cracking of giant wing beats, a jolt of blue-grey lightning careens into the arcane sails of the airship, striking the experimental alloys and arcing in a pulse throughout the top deck. Those who pass take 17 points of lightning damage. Those who fail take 35 points of lightning damage.
Holy
as this
shit.
bolt is amplified by your prototype ship.
Feng is going to grit his teeth and, as a reaction, cast Absorb Elements to gain resistance to lightning damage.
Lysandra goes down.
Since I did mention that Pud was ready to go, could Pud rush up to Lysandra and cast Spare the Dying?
Can Pud cast Spare the Dying?
Pud absolutely can cast Spare the Dying.
Absolutely. Pud rushes over and proceeds to give mouth-to-mouth to Lysandra. And Lysandra, you wake up with apple fresh breath.
Tastes delicious.
Gorgeous.
Well, you're unconscious. You're not dead, but you know.
Cool.
Well done. Great move there. You continue on through the storm. You see Holly is steadfast in the ship, her giant leather cloak flapping in the wind. I need a second encounter check as you continue to fight on board.
I'll roll this one. Come on, mama. It's a 4.
Can I please know everyone's passive perception check, please?
Denis has a 17.
Louis also has a 17.
Lysandra's unconscious, right? So
Correct.
0.
Lysandra, you're unconscious, so that's not going to matter. And Feng?
14.
14.
Wait, I'm so confused how both of you have higher passive perceptions when it's a wisdom.
I have expertise in it.
Right.
I also have expertise, I think.
Fair.
Bards and rogues, baby. Louis and Denny, as you are rushing around, you start to see tiny creatures almost pop out of the storm. Denny, you're familiar with these from sailors in Cape Breton telling you. These are storm imps. They are descendants of the spawn of Avernus from eons ago, cast into the material plane. These imps swarm and plague gathering storms. They prey on sailors, battling their way through the storm, and lift trinkets and valuables while they are fighting the storm. You are high enough in your passive perception to swat them away. Lysandra and Feng, on the other hand, do not see the imps. So I need you to please roll me 2d10 each.
Okay.
Can Pud try and fight him? Like a fisticuff stuff.
What's Pud's passive perception?
Pud, let's have a look. See, it's not great. 14.
No, sorry, not Pud.
Yeah, fair enough.
Feng's is 14.
Lysandra's is 13.
Yeah, you see some of the imps try and carry Pud off, in fact, because of his golden hue.
Bring it back!
But you two both lose 24 and 23 gold from your pouch, respectively, from these storm imps.
That's okay, I don't like money anyway, I give it all the time.
How dare they?
Bye, cuties.
Hours and hours go by. You see the Halagas lurches from side to side. Holly looks exhausted at the helm of the ship. You can see how pale she is, and the raking shakes that control her body. You make it through the eye of the storm, and for one last push in your third hour, I need a final encounter check.
Can I quickly have healed Lysandra?
Oh, sorry.
Please!
Yes, I totally forgot.
I think leave it now. Should we
Leave it now. Should we save
I'll just chuck a quick first level healing word onto her for 8 points of healing.
8
Thanks,
points.
Feng.
Can I chuck another one on? Can I chuck a cure wounds on there?
Go for it.
That's another 6 points of healing.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Feng would also like to offer Holly in this moment and almost grab her by the arm and say, Holly, you know, I kind of joked before about you dying, but we really, really need you alive, so if you need a rest, I can take over.
Give me another persuasion check, Feng. It's been a week now, so she has endeared herself to you somewhat.
12.
She did not do well on her constitution save. She looks at you, Feng, and says, take the wheel and get us out of this thing, and come let me know when you're finished.
I'll do my best.
I will say, Feng, given you have decided to start steering your first maiden voyage in the eye of a storm, I'm going to need a handling check from you. Your first handling check.
Wisdom throw?
It is a wisdom check.
As Feng and Holly trade off for the wheel, can I move up and give Feng a bardic inspiration? As I'm just like, good on you, kiddo. Give it a shot.
Thank you. I rolled a 2 on the d20, but a 7 on the bardic, so all up with my wisdom, it becomes a 13.
With that, Feng, you are able to control the ship, but it is very difficult for you to do so, even with your large size. And you think to yourself, how has Holly been doing this for weeks? This is going to add another encounter check for you to try and leave the storm, however.
I am sorry, the thing that Feng is trying to do there is understanding that he put his foot in it with Holly earlier, wanting to keep an eye on her and try to show him that he is serious about, being a nice person, I guess. And so at a moment of great need wants to try and help her, and also as a display to the crew to see what effect that has on them as well, because I suppose we as Wellspringers need to make sure that we are becoming role models, I guess, to this crew, so they look up to us. So that's also what he's trying to do.
Wonderful. Can I get an encounter check, please?
Amber, why don't you roll?
I would love to. 6.
I need everyone to roll a d20 for me.
Here we go.
So much rolling. Feng got a 7.
Lysandra got a 1.
Denis got an 8.
Lou got a 16.
Louis,
Hi.
through the constant rain and howling wind, your hands raw and skin wrinkled, shivering to your very bones, something catches your eye out in the Maelstrom. In the illumination of lightning strikes, you see a circle of water elementals. Huge, undulating beings, dancing and rotating in sync with the storm around them. As you perceive them fully, the elementals stop dead in their dance, break their circle, and turn to face you. Before you can react, a gale whips on the side of the ship and you are sent to the floor, coughing and spluttering, wiping the water from your eyes and face. When you look up again, the elementals are gone. Make an insight check.
Sure thing. It's a 22.
You don't know what just happened, but you are now able to cast the Shape Water cantrip at will.
Whoa.
Ooh.
I saw that movie.
The Shape of Water. Yeah, Louis now gonna go fuck a fish.
Oh my god.
Get in line, man.
We are looking for merfolk.
You're so right.
Well, fuck.
Only fins? No.
No.
We'll fade out after we'll back into this.
That's the end of the Down Under Dungeon podcast.
Then no.
Can I get one last encounter check, please?
I'll roll this one. D6.
Come on, Feng.
3.
Daniel, why?
Well, we've had like 4 of the
I
6
know,
options,
but
so
why is it always you?
we'll make it a bigger dice than a D6.
Anyone hiding in the lower decks must make a DC dexterity saving throw.
Fuck off.
Please make a dexterity saving throw for Cecilia and Patrick.
You're about to kill a pregnant mantelope. That is on you. Yeah? That says more about you.
Emerson Trump.
What am I making? I'm stressed.
Dexterity saving throws.
What are their stats?
I've got their stats here.
Okay. Which is which?
I ask you, which one?
I'm having a breakdown. The 17 is Cecilia and the 8 is Patrick. How much dice?
I'm joking.
You just grab 10, 20 dice.
I can feel the anxiety radiating off Daniel right now.
You hear Feng as you start to pilot the ship. Suddenly a scream and a moan from the Cecilia below deck.
Oh my god, I send Holly away. Could someone go and check on my mantle?
I don't think you have the liberty right now.
Fuck. I'm actually crying.
Could I send, Pud to go check on him?
Daniel rolled. I'm sorry. This is literally anyone could have rolled and Daniel rolled.
Can I scream for someone to go and check?
Daniel, this is a split decision. What do you do?
So I can't scream for someone else to go and check.
It's the middle of a storm, sweetheart. You can, but...
So, actually, I am the boatswain, and in the manual, the boatswain has a horn. Can I use the horn and try and scream through it? And I am proficient with the musical instrument horn. Actually, it's a whistle. Fuck. Can I make it a horn?
They will be able to hear the whistle. It's whether they can hear your voice or not.
Feng is screaming mantelopes through the whistle horn as much as he can.
I also want to add that Pud can fly, so I feel like if a whistle was heard, he could zip straight over,
Wonderful. Okay, you want to send Pud down to help?
I want to send Pud down to help, baby.
Do I need to make any check to see if anyone hears me?
No. I'm going to say with the boatswain and your commanding presence, I'm not going to make you roll for that.
Thank you.
But can I get a strength check?
Yeah, sure. Homunculus, it means really, really strong in Latin. Here we go. With a 16 on the die, it's a 13. He's a tiny construct.
You send Pud down in to retrieve the mantelopes.
Try and help them.
After a while, you see Pud returns and says, Master, it's too heavy, can't let them.
It's okay, but
It's too heavy to run flapping around down there.
Pud's gonna...
It's flapping real bad, flapping. Go ahead, I can't go, let's kind of lift.
Denis gonna look down.
It seems like there's a lot of pain down.
Yes, thank you, Pud. You're very, very helpful. I didn't realize you would have to lift things.
I didn't realize it could talk.
I don't think he is, to be fair. Good job, Pud. Well done. And can I quickly cast Mending to fix any damage that came to Pud?
You see, you help Pud scoliosis.
Yeah. It's just... Pud, do you like being alive, Pud? Okay, good. Shit.
Is anyone else racing down for the Mantelopes?
Yes, Lysandra would love to race down for the
Lysandra, you go down and you see Cecilia is going buck wild in the hold with Patrick pinned under a keg that has fallen.
Oh, baby! Lysandra's gonna run down and go and lift up the keg off of Patrick.
I need a DC 15 athletics check.
Please.
That's a 23.
You haul it off, and you see Patrick starts to take to the air in fright, but his injured wing no longer allows him to do so, and he flops into the side of the wall, and Cecilia just goes berserk. Make an animal handling check to try and calm the situation down.
I was about to ask if I could do that. Beautiful. That's a 14.
If you spend the rest of your time down here, you will be able to calm the Mantelopes.
100%.
Okay, Lysandra goes below deck.
I owe Lysandra.
Yeah, you do.
Feng, tears streaming down his face. I need one more encounter check, please.
6.
The title of this encounter is called Grick's Very Bad No Good Day.
No.
Grix.
No, my elderly friend.
Grick is
Oh,
the old...
no.
I'm getting flashbacks to the start.
I worried it was Blimp. It's fine.
Sorry, it was Plimp.
Blips? Is it blip or
Blimp.
blimp?
God, please don't let this be Garog 2.0.
No, that's
that's what I'm
exactly
getting
what I
flashbacks
thought,
for.
yeah.
As Lysandra rushes down to help the Mantelopes, you see the sails she was securing snaps off of the side of the ship. Grick roars and leaves his post to secure the line by himself. Overestimating his strength, Grick is pulled by the line off the side of the ship, slamming him into the side, dangling precariously by the secure line. What do you do?
Oh, shit.
There is just Denny and Louie up here. Feng is driving, Holly is resting, and Lysandra is trying to calm a very, very distressed Mantalope.
Famously very strong characters. If we both did it, could we get advantage on this?
Depends what you want to do.
I think Louis sees this and having flashbacks of Garog in the very first encounter that we had as a group, she literally grabs Denny by the scruff of the collar and says, "We're getting him back on the boat," and shoves him over to try to pull this guy back up on board.
No, I was gonna.
I don't care, you're moving.
Please stop grabbing me.
So let me get this straight. Louis is using Denny as a glorified garbage picker up now to try and grab at a bugbear.
I just pulled him over to help me.
Oh, okay.
Literally throw him up the
Okay,
ship,
sorry.
grab to the edge
Sorry.
to grab the
I
guy.
thought you were using him as like an extendo grabber.
God no. God no.
He throws him over to grab.
What's the plan, team? You see, Grick is down there like... He's rheumatoid up, you know, there's rheumatism.
He's what?
Rheumatism.
He's a gossip.
That's not what that means.
That's exactly what that means. He's got a lot of room.
Okay, your NPC is about to die.
Okay, Denny's going to send his mage hand down to Grick to... It can't lift very much, but it can hopefully try and keep the rope tied on, stop anything from Grick's falling from where he is, and then Denny's going to try and pull him up.
And Louis is going to reach down and cast Hold Person on Grick to stop him from shuffling and moving in case him, like, flashing unties the rope and it's just going to hold him in place and be like, "Don't move, we're going to get you."
I need either... I'm going to say Denny can make the strength check with the help action, so with advantage.
Can I also give him Bardic?
Either or. Which one do you want? Advantage or Bardic?
I have a -1 advantage.
Okay, advantage.
That's a 14.
14 will do it.
No.
You do suffer a level of exhaustion though, Denny, trying to pull this massive old bone of bugbear up.
Holy shit. This
You see Grick flops onto the deck of a ship like hair that you've just pulled out of the plug of a shower.
Oh, God.
Like, he looks awful. You see, although like some of the like gunk in his fur has started to wash out in the rain, but eventually, with Grick back on board, and after a while, the Mantelopes begin to calm down, and you reach the edge of the storm. There's no sign of the Aether Corps behind you, but you still cannot dawdle. What does the crew do?
I mean, we got the fucking one, right?
We keep moving. Let's go. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, I think Feng's just navigating the ship and sailing it as quickly as he can to not even look behind them and not even give the Aether Corps a chance to make it through. So now that we're out of the storm, Feng would like to, as quickly as he can, if he's got time, go and wake Holly and knock on her door and just be like, "Oh, Holly, are you awake? Are you awake in there? Yeah."
You see, after a while, you hear like the stumbling around, a glass shatters, and Holly wrenches open the captain quarters. Looks pretty nice in there. And you see her in nothing but a silken robe. And she says, "Feng, what's happened?"
Feng's going to impose a charisma saving throw on himself.
With disadvantage, because I think this is the first time Feng's seen titties.
Charisma saving throw to not get a boner?
Is it the first time Feng has seen titties?
Do you think Feng's seen titties before?
I don't know. Druids, I feel like the way that I imagined druids in Nua is very free. Like, I imagine there's kind of a lot
I'm
of group
talking about
sex in.
Feng. I think Feng is like a don't judge, don't participate type guy.
Oh, really? I don't
And it's
think
up
so.
to you though. If you believe Feng has seen titties before, you can roll this flat.
No, I think Feng has definitely seen titties before. I think Feng's
People
been-
titties.
Yeah. Well,
Not like
any
a
year.
ladder.
No, I think Feng's been to a few orgies. As I say that, I roll a 7 on my charisma saving throw. Do you know what? Maybe Feng hasn't seen some titties before.
Feng, you've seen titties before, but you've never seen titties like this.
Fuck! What am I?
Feng, what is it? Stop Feng, my eyes are up here. What's wrong?
I'm sorry, Holly. I did a really good job. Have you rested?
Have I Yeah, well, yeah. Do I look well rested to you?
Never mind. Feng's just gonna walk away. And he's like, have a good sleep.
You see Daisy takes up the helm of the ship as it kind of like careens side to side. Feng, you defeatedly walk into the bows of the ship where you see Lysandra trying to feed a sugar cube to Patrick.
I would also, as I'm walking past, just like to say something to Q and just say, Q, I promise I wasn't hitting on her. It was just, she opened the door like that.
Feng, I have no concept of anything that you're talking about.
Oh, classic Q. And then Feng goes to check on his mantelets.
You walk in and you see Lysandra's just kind of very awkwardly trying to force feed Patrick into the cube. She's got no clue what she's doing. She kind of just notices you coming in. Feng, why do you look so flustered?
You see Lysandra trying to put food in Patrick's eye hole.
Lysandra, that's food, not eye drops. What are you doing?
Oh,
And flustered is my permanent state.
true. Are we out of the storm yet?
Yes, we just got out. Thank you so much for coming and checking on them. I owe you one.
Of course, you did a really good job.
Thank you. I don't know what came over me. It was just... I know that I probably shouldn't have told Holly to leave during such a serious incident, but I just don't want to risk what happened last time, and I feel like maybe if I make a little bit of an effort, she won't, but I know that's probably just lulling myself into a false sense of hope.
Look, Feng, we agreed to come on this voyage. We have to have some trust in her, and I know that's hard for us, but we don't really have a choice right now. And she did get us through most of the storm, so...
You're so right.
Make me a nature check on Patrick's condition. Cecilia seems blissfully uninjured,
Good.
except for the emotional trauma at seeing her partner go through this.
That's a 6.
You can't tell for sure the extent of Patrick's injuries, But if you do not find something to help him, he might heal in a way where he will not be able to fly again.
Feng's gonna just think to himself, like, Cecilia was so easy. Well, like, it kind of just all fell into place, and I didn't have to, like, really work to, raise her and take care of her. We worked in sync. This is all a bit different, and it's like I'm becoming like a parent or something, and it's all very overwhelming. Lysandra, do you know if Charity has any experience with animals?
No, she doesn't, unfortunately. Her expertise is in wind.
Okay, I'll try my best, and Feng's just gonna try whatever he can, like all of his healing magic, even get Promi to have a look, cast Speak with Animals, Lesser Restoration.
Yeah, you see, Feng does the full Wildfire Deluxe spa treatment, like those like cups that you put on, like all of it, like Promi's like walking across him, like laying little mini eggs for like a hot rock massage.
Just casting Flaming Sphere a bunch of times.
Yeah. This does settle the Mantelope, and they are much more comfortable. This is something long-lasting, and you will need to seek the advice of a Beastmaster or someone who has more intimate understanding of how these herd creatures work. It's kind of like you're a veterinarian, but not a horse veterinarian.
Yeah, just as the lingering effects of Speak with Animals start to dissipate, I'm just going to say, Patrick, I can't help you too much right now, but don't worry. I don't make promises often, but I promise I'm going to help you.
And in that like long, monotonous way, you hear the communication in your voice from the Mantelopes. Pain. Worry.
Oh, what are you doing to me, man? Come on.
Louis, as Feng is going down to the hold to see the Mantelope, you get a brief moment of peace. You had this weird blessing from the water elementals. You are starting to play around with the cantrip as well. And even though you are unsure and frightened, honestly, with everything that's happened aboard this ship, it's still nice that the world could acknowledge an old gal and give her a hand once in a while.
She's kind of playing with the water as she's shaping it and almost making rainbows appear within it. And everything at the moment is coming back to Quigwellin. And as the last kind of rainbow refraction moves through the water, she moves to find Lysandra and Feng, because she knows that shutting herself off from all of this is not going to make anything easier, and the fact that this has thrown her so much, hearing Quig's voice and seeing him in some form, she moves to seek comfort from her friends.
You arrive down in the hold after the Mantelope.
The Mantelope debacle.
Yeah, after the Mantelope debacle. Feng looks like he's aged about 10 years in the last 10 minutes.
Daniel feels like he's aged about 10 years. 10 minutes? 10 years. Fuck.
Louis moves up to the two of you, and as the Mantelopes kind of settle, she kind of sits herself on like an upturned crate or something, and just turns to the both of you and says, "Is it freaking anybody else out that the ship sounds like Quig? Or is that just me? Because it has really, really genuinely thrown me, and I don't know how to feel about it."
Feng will look away from Patrick for the first time in many, many minutes, and he'll say, "Yeah, I totally get what you mean, Louis. I understand it was a bit confronting at first. What part is the hardest for you? Is it just being reminded of him, or is it the fact that he's here with us again?"
It's a comfort to have him with us on this journey. I think it's more to do with what I saw with the trapped souls and whatever magic is holding me and everyone in some kind of limbo. I guess it's just a proper manifestation of the fact that people are stuck, and it sounds like him, but it doesn't act like him, and it doesn't have his memories or any of his context. It just feels like he's almost being used, and I hate it. I honestly hate it, and it's probably just a me thing, and the fact that I have too much love to give for a person who is gone, and I'm holding on to a spirit that is stuck. But I don't know, I just don't like him. I don't like the idea of him being more trapped than he potentially already is. I just want to get this fixed. I just wanted to kind of open up a little bit, as we've been away for a while, and I've missed you all. And I feel like I haven't been very open with who I am and how I feel.
Lysandra pipes up. It's strange hearing him. And I understand what you mean. And the love that you have to give is part of what you are. It's part of who you are. And this is going to sound really harsh coming from me. I think you need to not worry as much. He would love this. He was all about, I didn't understand any of it, but he was all about magic and the arcane. He was obsessed with it. He would love this. So let's at least treasure that. Let's at least allow his love of it to come through us.
You're right. No, you're right.
Feng will add on as well, and he'll say, maybe we can view this as like he's coming with us for another mission. He's coming with us to help solve the thing so that his soul can pass on. This is his way of helping.
Yeah. No, you're right. I appreciate it. And I think Louis doesn't have a lot of words left, so she just kind of moves up towards the both of you, just gathers you both in her much shorter arms. So you're having to fucking bend down to get in this.
Yes.
But she kind of like brings you in for a hug and just kisses each of you on the forehead and just says, "Thanks for bringing me back to Earth. Let's finish this. For us. For them."
Celia starts to suck at the end of your jacket coat tail.
I feel like Lysandra and Feng, because they're so tall, kind of like pick Louis up in this hug. So
Just inadvertently.
for sure.
inadvertently, yeah, you just like get lifted up off the ground.
And Feng starts screaming, Denny, you're missing a group hug.
Come on, Denny, get down here.
Does he hear us?
I'm good. Casting mending on the ship.
I cast a message to Denny, get your ass down here.
And after what seems an age of battling the storm, the tension in the sails eventually stabilizes as you come out on the other side. While the rumbles of thunder still ominously roll behind you, the sky ahead is clear and darkening with a fading light. As the last glimmers cast shadows on the ship and the air becomes crisp and cool, the first 2 flakes of snow begin to fall to the deck of the ship. Off to the northeast, the first frozen sentinels of the Ostov Isles can be seen. It appears you have crossed into the domain of Keirforcia, the northmost realm of Nua. And that is where we will end our session. Ships.
It's also,
It's like the most concise combat we've ever done.
right? It's also just so exciting to have a crew. Like we didn't obviously get to explore too much of their personalities and stuff, but I can't wait to see how they start responding to
I
things.
feel like
We saved that guy's life.
Yeah, but also we destroyed a lot of morale there. I'm really quite stressed about, the fact that
No, I think we did well. Like, I feel like we did okay.
But Lysandra kind of left him to fly off the edge of the ship. I feel terrible.
Yeah, Lysandra's got to make it up now.
I'm so grateful as a DM that Plimp was left blissfully alone for these 2 sessions, although I fear her time is running up.
What do you mean?
Make it sound like I'm gonna kill her.
No, Denny is just like... Denny's just like, it's like, look out, Moto likes you. It's just Denny.
Just over the next 3 weeks, Plib looks over and just sees Demi like biting his lip and like chat face mewing at her.
Especially because you have negative res.
We're going to have to slap some sense into Denny.
We surely are.
Saying you have negative riz for your negative charisma score is very funny.
Negative char.
Any selfless plugs this week, gang?
I have a selfless plug today, actually, and it is for all of you. The 4 of you at this table. Dear audience, when you're recording things, when you're producing material,
Media,
content,
things can happen sometimes, as I'm sure has happened to probably 75 to 80% of other podcasts out there. Sometimes audio files don't like to save properly. So at some point in the last 10 to 15 episodes, we lost a full one and had to re-record it. And I'm only saying this now because you will never fucking guess which one.
I dare you to try.
Dare you to try, but you'll never know.
There were so many nat 20s rolled in that episode as well.
Well, that is also the thing that I would... The second shout-out, like, shout-out 1B, is the fact that twice in that deleted episode or lost episode, Oscar and Amber had to roll checks with disadvantage, and both times they got 2 nat 20s. The fact that we lost that, you will never believe us, and that's totally fine. But
We do have photographic evidence.
we do.
We do. But the fact that it was the unluckiest dice rollers at the table rolling that, I think is even more impressive.
I feel I've been roped into that. I feel like I've been
You
fucked.
cursed yourself as soon as you sat down and announced that you were going to roll
20.
20.
Nat 20.
Is it actually?
Deception check. 4.
So I would like to thank you all for making this a little bit easier than I thought it was going to be, and getting on with the hustle.
Thank you for editing.
That's okay.
Thank you for editing, Daniel.
That's okay.
And as always, don't forget to follow us on our socials at Down Under Dungeon Pod and from our link tree. Send us or tag us in any of your fan art or email us at downunderdungeonpod@gmail.com. Also, if you're feeling very friendly, give us a 5-star rating on both Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and we will see you again next week.
See you then.